Mr. Bullyhan here, also known as Dullahan II, soon to be Dullahan I, I'm sure, is a new player in the competitive scene of Dawn of War 2. I'm not sure when he advented, but I feel like this was the first tournament he participated in, and in classic fashion, when you participate in a Dawn of War 2 tournament for the first time, you're going to have pretty poor seeding. Well, he got seeded in the first round against Cry, who went on to win the tournament. And when he got into the losers bracket, he was against me, and I ended up winning the losers bracket. So poor Bullyhan, he got bullied in the tournament. But actually, you know, I'm quite impressed by this player. He had a very good first game against me, and nearly won. Until the late tier 2 became a bit too much, and he started dropping his micro and losing units. But build-wise and sort of understanding-wise, it made sense. So I'm curious to see what happens in this game here against Astartes, who is another high-level player, not maybe top 10 yet, but he's pretty damn close. He's probably within the top 25, I'd say, in 1v1. So we'll see how this goes. Now, the interesting thing here is, I do consider the Chaos Lord an incredibly effective hero against Ordo Malleus, which is so ironic, you know. The Grey Knights are meant to be so good against Chaos, but actually in Dawn of War 2, the way the game's set up right now, the Grey Knights kind of get wrecked by Chaos, ironically because of these heretics. They're so cost-effective against melee that they kind of just mitigate the Grey Knight melee. Obviously, one-on-one, the heretics will get smashed, but they're so cheap in comparison to the strike squad. That's the problem. And right now, with the CSM overfire, maybe not the best engagement for the strikes. I'd probably just kill a couple of... Okay, Aspiring Champion comes. So, I was going to say, wow, the Aspiring Champion actually just slayed one of those Grey Knights. What the fuck? That was so lucky. Literally all those heretics must have attacked that strike squad. I was going to say I'd have probably claimed a couple of kills on the heretic models, so I'd have probably lost 2 strike squad models there, and that's probably why my Ordo Malleus sucks. So yeah, very good job that he retreated as fast as he did, but he does have Purgation coming out. So Astartes is running only 1 IST, which in turn is going to make it extremely difficult to deal with the Chaos Lord. I'm actually a bit confused as to how he did. Maybe he just ran into the garrison when I was rambling on. But without 2 IST, killing a Chaos Lord is near impossible. It might be a consideration to go for the Neurotoxin Pistol to aid in that end, but we'll see. I really do like the Eviscerator Axe at the moment. It's exceptionally good, and you think... It's funny because it's a 25 power weapon in tier 1 that only does 50 DPS power melee, so it's either average or worse than average, because there are things like the Power Sword and the Force Commander, which do 50 DPS power melee but only cost 20 power. However, the Aversa Assassin has Psychon as his default ability, which increases his damage by 30%, so instantly you are now doing 59 DPS power melee. And then, wait, no, even more, what am I talking about? It's like double that, isn't it? So it's like, oh god, maths. It's like 65 DPS, and then you can use Killzone, which will... I don't exactly know how it works because it's not fixed in the codex, it's outdated, but I think it will give you, let's say, at least 20% more damage on top of that, if it does affect the Aversa Assassin. But even if it doesn't, 65 DPS power melee in tier 1 is really good, and if it does affect him, then actually you're doing over 70 DPS power melee. But actually, I love this tech. He's gone for the Chem Cloud Grenades. Now, the Chem Cloud Grenades are really good because they mitigate the advantage that Chaos has against your melee. So normally AC ticks can beat Strike Squad, which really makes your Strike Squad quite redundant, because really they're more expensive than AC ticks. The beautiful thing with Strikes obviously is they scale better in tier 2, but as far as surviving tier 1's concerned, the AC ticks cost less than your Strike Squad and beat them 1v1. However, if you use the Chem Cloud Grenades, you reduce the damage by 50% of the AC ticks, which is an absolutely colossal damage reduction, and these things do not friendly fire, so they only affect the heretics, and all of a sudden they're doing practically no damage, and you will actually win that fight. So it's really nice, and of course it will help against Raptors as well, who you do expect to see when you've gone for Purgation, but he's still only got 1 IST, so he's not really going to be able to kill the Chaos Lord very easily. Alright, let's see how he does here. So he gets that off. Yeah, I mean, he still retreats very quickly. because he's outnumbered. He doesn't have interceptors. And he's gone for a sneaky gen bash with the second purgation, which is going to work. But then again, there's only one gen to bash, so he's actually got a lot more to lose down here. I'll have to see if he goes for the power axe as well. It feels like the chainsword on the Adversary Assassin isn't really enough right now. This is just so many units. How are these going to deal with it? Like, it's too much, you know what I mean? It's way too much. I think the Chem Cloud grenades being 25 power is a bit of a stretch. Like, they're really good for what they do, but as you can see, you need a lot of units, and yeah, it's hard to get a lot of units when you've got to pay 25 power. Was that thing on cooldown? Or did he just forget to use it? I'm not sure what the cooldown is on that grenade. Does it tell me? No. That'd have been a really good engagement for it. Surely it was off cooldown. That would have been beautiful for it. Lucky special there. Can he get a Raptor model? He's going for it with Psychon. No, unlucky. Wow, he even uses hypermetabolism global there for the HP regen. I'm not sure about this though. He's going to get the... Well, he is healing a lot actually. Bloody hell. I was going to say he's going to get the debuff on him when it runs out. It makes him take more damage. CSM might even be able to fight him in melee, but holy shit, I didn't realise how much this thing heals. Healed him like 300 HP. That's crazy. Wait, what? Why are the gens here? Okay. Well, Purgation and the Banishment there just absolutely annihilate a strike squad. And for some reason... Okay, so this is a clear strategic error. Wow, he gets the kill the week off, but... They nerfed the heal on the kill the week. They did, didn't they? That was kind of crazy. That didn't heal him much at all. Wow. But Purgation jumped by Raptors, AC ticks into Strike Squad, so they're both counted. Why did Bullyhan build triple gens there? That's what I want to know. That is absolutely mental. So unnecessary. What the hell? He hadn't lost his main farm, so I think he had a bit of a panic when he lost the gens on his main farm to the sneaky Purgs. And then when he forced them off, he decided, right, I'll build it down here because I need power ASAP. But not really. I mean, he is behind. Obviously, Astartes now is already in tier 2, but because Astartes lost their gens, they don't have the resources now to get a Rhino out nice and fast. So they're replacing all 3 gens, which means by the time they get the resources for the Rhino, Bullyhan's going to be tier 2 and will probably start getting a Blood Crusher. Instead, Astartes is going to prioritize his Justicar upgrade on the Strike Squad, which is a really important upgrade for him. The Justicar has that power sword instead of the Force Halberd, which actually does power melee damage. And he increases the HP of all the models in the squad, and he also doubles the damage of the Banishment as well. So basically, now, this squad is going to absolutely wipe the floor with Raptors and Heretics, probably simultaneously. And now Raptors are in a very bad spot with this squad in Retreat Path and an Adversary Assassin. And the Purgation even catch them there with the Suppression. Going to melee. Oh, he fucks it. What? Bloody hell, Astartes. That was at least 2 models. If he got lucky, he might have even wiped the squad. Now, I think he probably just got 2 models, but... Damn. I'm not really sure what the Chaos Lord's doing. I am... also shocked by the IST running around with 1 model. Like, this Chaos Lord should be doing a lot more right now, given that there's only... Well, there's functionally no IST squads to focus fire him. So he has to kill the Chaos Lord in melee, which is... Well, it's crazy, isn't it? That's a big advantage for a Chaos Lord. The Chaos Lord loves having to fight in melee. And it actually makes the Icon of Khorne quite valuable here. Lightning Claw and Icon of Khorne would be very good. Of course, Bullyhan not having the power to get those Lightning Claws right now. They're 50 power, which is way too much for him. He needs to get his gem farm back. Which, to be honest, at this point, looks like Astartes is trying to steal. And probably going to be quite successful at it. But let's see what the Blood Crusher can do. It obviously needs to go over here and support this push. Raptors need to jump out, man. What are they doing? God, look at the Strike Squad. Yeah, they got one of them. We've got a Psychon Aversa in there as well. Heretics do manage to get into melee with the Purgs, but... yeah, it turned into Heretic from Heretics. But here we go. Strike Squad might do a lot of damage to heavy infantry, not so much against vehicle armor. Oh, but there is a conversion beamer on this Purgation Squad. Bon. Oh, and a melter bomb on the Aversa Assassin. Holy shit, that is going to 100% immobilize. Because it's 50 at 50. What? Why is he deset out? What on earth? What is he doing? It's not going to get out though, right? Unless it charges this way. No, didn't even bother. Ah. What the hell? Well, that's pretty bad for Bullyhan. I just realised how good his VP situation is. Why are the CSM coming out with this much health? Oh my god, they're going to die to Stormbolters in a second. I mean, I know he's got a lot of requisition, but this is ridiculous. He doesn't want to rebuild the gens here because he literally just has to cap this and he'd have the gens, but he can't cap it. Oh man. This was the greatest strategic mistake as far as this game is concerned. Holy shit. Bit of a strange raptor jump. Obviously should have jumped the Purgation there, and he did see them. He owns this VP. Why is he so desperate to force off this Aversa Assassin, who is again using hypermetabolism? And he's going to turn around now and rip up some raptors. No, he's a bit slow actually. Hello? Oh my god, look at the damage. Bloody hell. That was just one chop. Swapping back to the Chem nades. Now that the blood crusher is dead, doesn't need the melter bomb. And finally, those CSM lose a model. I feel like they've been going around with about 30% HP for the past 5 minutes. So we do have Plague Marines. Remember, you can speed buff them with the Corn Worship, which basically makes the Chaos Lord AV the best AV of any Chaos hero. Arguably, I mean, Chaos Sorcerer has tricks to make their Plague and Las Cannon more mobile. But it's pretty brain dead to hit W with your Heretics and give plus 1.5 speed to your Plague Marines to then shoot a transport and snare it. And then all of a sudden, the mobile ranged AV actually can catch the transport when it is buffed by Corn Worship and the transport is snared by the Plague Marine missile launcher. But that's why you have an Aversa Assassin to run in and tie it up. You might want to get the Sin Skin on this guy. It's tanky melee armor essentially. It's pretty cheap. He's gonna go for the assault armor. Gets a charge. Also gives him more durability. I'm not sure if it gives you more HP regen than the Sin Skin. The main selling point of this armor is that it gives you a charge, but I guess that's also useful for getting into melee with the Plague Marines. There you go, Mark of Tzeentch, another Chem nade. So these guys are going to do sod all for damage. Yeah, the Aversa just hunts those CSM. Raptor's not going to do a whole lot here. Aspiring Champion or not. It's just fighting constantly to get down here. To be honest, if I was Astartes at this point, I would just destroy these gens so that I have to stop fighting over them. I've kept the Rhino very immobile as well. Well, I don't know how he kills the Aversa Assassin right now. Charge? Bio Meltdown if you have the red. No, he doesn't have the red, does he? So there's the charge. It's suppressed though. Kill the weak for CC would probably be wise. What did he just... Demonic Fury? I think that was just a normal model. You really want to Demonic Fury the guy with the power sword, because he's doing way more damage. But hey, Mark of Tzeentch kills Space Marines, putting in some big damage on the sidelines. Oh, there's the Bio Meltdown. This is going to hurt those Heretics if he dies. That wasn't too bad actually, wow. Did they nerf the Bio Meltdown? That was kind of shit. That was Heretics, man. Obviously it wouldn't hurt the CL or the Plague Marines that much, but the Heretics, I would have thought they'd have lost more models than that. But hey, Bullyhan kind of pushes his way through. Point blank power node built in his face. Gonna deny him the power. Yeah, he's just obsessed over this power, man, and it's crippled him. Astartes now has accumulated 150 power to go tier 3. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Look at the VP lead that Bullyhan had. He's in a great position. mean, he needs to reclaim this fast. Strikes lost their Justicar in that last fight. It's pretty expensive, but I guess Terminators at this point will pretty much be GG. Yeah, you got the Mark of Zinj. Plague Marines will slow the Terminators if they're near them as well. Let's see. No Justicar. Loses IST squad to Raptors on the sidelines, so that's pretty good. Oh, and bleeding strikes again. However, Razorback's still in play. Can it force off the Chaos Lord? We do have Plague Marines coming down. CSM should just be able to take over the cap anyway. And I don't think there's much a Conversion Beaver can do about it. Versa Assassin been a pain in the ass, can pretty much solo the Raptors now with this kit. Does it tell me the regen? Oh wow, this thing's 2 HP regen. That's actually probably better than Sin Skin. In general, the Versa Assassin has less HP regen in his armors than other heroes, but that's because he does more damage. And he is slightly faster too. But with Psychon giving him the 30% damage buff, he does way more damage. I mean, this thing is doing 80 power melee DPS with an extra 12.5 piercing. So, yeah, pretty terrifying, to be honest. Given that that can be buffed by 30% as well. I don't know if the damage over time gets buffed by the 30% from Psychon. I doubt it does. Probably just the 80 DPS, but that's still ridiculously good. That's... When he's under Psychon, he is doing 104 DPS, which is just crazy, really. Power melee DPS, so against these heavy infantry CSM, he's doing a lot more than that. And you can see, he just knocks one of them over with his charge and bang, bang, ripped to pieces. Saved by the garrison, the Versa can't open doors. Purgation with their incinerator is going to go deal with that. Ooh, they're going to have to be careful though. The CSM are at the building. There goes a Bloodlust. An amazing global there from the Chaos Lord. Wow, he's dropping all the red right now. Summoning Bloodletters as well. So remember, every time a ranged attack or a melee attack happens to hit right now, all the damage of the Chaos units is going to go up due to that Bloodlust. But it seems mostly that Astartes disengaged, which is smart. That's generally the correct thing to do against those crazy globals if you don't have an overwhelming advantage or your own similar global buff global to use. So another example of this would be Angels of Death from the Apothecary, which gives all your units knockback immunity, and actually I think that might be nerfed out now. Well, at the very least, it gives you 50% damage resistance. Man, dropping a Strike Squad model to Plague Marines, that sucks. But you see Bloodlust, you can drop Angels of Death, and it kind of mitigates the Bloodlust. In fact, actually, it way more than mitigates it. There's no way the Bloodlust is going to make you do over 100% damage. That'd be crazy. It's unlikely. Wouldn't happen for long. So yeah, the Angels of Death would counter that quite well. As Orcs, you could just use a Call to Boys once you've lost enough models. Getting a load of models, reinforcing in the middle of the fight, and you're buffing up the damage of everyone. But I didn't even realise I've got him a Razorback's out right now, and yeah, he's kind of been struggling to kill even a Razorback. The Versa Assassin just runs into melee. Could do with maybe his tier 3 armour to get resistance to knockback and suppression. As you can see, the knockback there is pretty brutal. That was a Demonic Fury from the Aspiring Champion. It's like the Versa Assassin, yeah, gonna go down, does go down. But Plague Marine's not pursuing for some reason. I don't know why. Want to zone out the Vortimer, I guess. Good play there from Astartes, pressure in the sidelines with his double purgation. Definitely putting a lot of pressure on there. Going to be a 1-to-1 cap. Both players practically even in VPs. I can't believe that this gem farm has not been destroyed. It's a bit ridiculous, really. Obviously, Marcus is each going to force them purgs off. What's this? Strikes versus Bloodletters, but the Bloodletters are getting hit by the Worship. Yeah, needed the Chem nade sooner. Another Blood Sacrifice, too. Wow, look at the lack of damage coming out thanks to the Chem nade. 50% damage debuff. That's mad. But I guess that stacks with the melee resist. It really makes the enemy DPS trivial. And there's nothing to deal with the Adversary Assassin. I don't know what the magazines are doing right now, running straight past. They need to deal with this guy. He's tying up his only AV. Oh god. Oh dear. What are they trying to do, man? Shooting it with Inferno Bolters? That's not very clever. Loses a CSM model. And 2 Plague Marine models. 2 CSM models and 2 Plague Marines. Oh god, that's really expensive. He's gonna get a Chaos Dreadnought. I guess Mark of Tzeentch. That's pretty much going to be all of his resources, I'm afraid. Going to get some Inquisitorial Stormtroopers up. Obviously needs some repairs right now. He's got no ability to repair these units. And once again, Bullyhan has lost his power. Not that Astartes needs it. No, he hasn't. He's still got it. Wait, what? It's just so weird when the Purgation are walking straight past. Why have they not just destroyed it? Astartes does not need the power. I'd just kill it for the XP and the red. And to guarantee that Bullyhan can't get it back. Because Bullyhan does need it, kind of. Not really at this point. By the time he feels another Dreadnought, the game will have run out of VPs. But this is rough. This is a triple cap against him. No Mac of Tzeentch yet. Oh man, a bit of a preemptive jump there with the Raptors, going to eat a lot of damage from the dual Razorbacks. But there's the Speed Worship. A bit too aggressive really with the Chaos Dreadnought. It's like the Razorbacks mostly a sacrificial lamb right now. Another Plague Marine shot. Bullyhan is not using his Plague Marines very well. As soon as you shot that missile shot, you need to get moving. They reload while they're moving, so there's no excuse really. He does eventually take out the Razorback, but a lot of damage coming on to the Dreadnought right there. Oh, Melter Bomb from the Adversary Assassin is probably going to finish this thing off. Where are the repairs? Oh my god, he just caps instead. Loses it to the Melter Bomb. Very sloppy there. Can he at least kill the Adversary Assassin? Unlikely, because it's using Hypermetabolism for the healing. Yeah, should take him out of the break point from dying to another hit, and there wasn't another hit anyway. Okay, Isolated Blood that is. They need to retreat. Why are they not retreating? Why are they not retreating? Hello? Okay, they're dead. Very fitting. A bit confusing, but very fitting nonetheless. And it's going to be another Warhammer Razorback. Yeah, okay. Well, he can't even kill one, so good luck with that one, mate. Yeah. Wow, was that a direct hit there with the conversion beam? That's pretty wild. I mean, he's pushing through with these Plague Marines, right? Yeah. Yeah. Pushing through. But the Adversary Assassin right now. Yeah, he probably doesn't want to engage with the Raptors and the CSM there. He probably should get the tier 3 armor, as I say, so the Demonic Fury can't yeet him flying. That's the ability from the Aspirant Champion with his Demon Maul. He can just smash a single model, including a hero or subcommander, do a nice spike amount of targeted damage, but more importantly, send it flying away from the direction of the champion. So it's very good to control a hero like this. You shoot him with the CSM as soon as he gets close to try and actually type the CSM. You just smack him like a baseball bat with that maul and send him flying, and then you can shoot him again with your CSM. But if he had his tier 3 friends on armor, he'd be immune to knockback, so that wouldn't do anything. He'd also be immune to suppression, so the Doom Blast wouldn't control him. So basically, there'd be no way to stop him running in and ripping you up with an Euro Gauntlet. It'd be like he's in a frenzy. But why is there a GG? Who's calling GG right now? Why are they calling the GG so early, man? What the fuck? Well, you didn't cap the VP, brother. You shouldn't be calling GG like that. That's terrible. I don't know what the hell Astartes is doing right now. He is losing so much. What on earth? I mean, the most important things he still has, the Warhammer Razorbacks, but... Man. He lost loads there for no apparent reason. He lost his Adversary Assassin and he lost double Purgation. But look how tanky this thing is, man. What the hell? Yeah, and he's only got one source of AV, so he can't really deal with this guy. But on the plus side for Bullyhan, at least he has this point. So this thing, he can't cap. Someone's got to go over here and cap. But yeah, how's he going to deal with the Adversary Assassin? No repair spot for the Bloodletters. They're going to get ripped up pretty fast. He's focusing on the Plague Marines. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. If they're gone, nothing can kill the Vardamers, and they have such high single target DPS. They'll be able to keep anything. Oh, nice! You just charge out to dodge the Blood Maul, and then launches a Chem nade, dodges the Kill the Weak, and keeps running. And now can turn around and slay the Chaos Lord. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm not sure the Adversary Assassin would be saying for the Emperor. It would be more like something like that. You know, like I'm the superior Cornet. Not quite, but that's what it feels like. And a random Blood Crusher at the end, facing off against double Warhammer Razorbacks. Yeah, because Warhammer Razorbacks do crazy vehicle damage. I don't know why they did the change the way they did. They nerfed its splash damage. And allowed it to basically keep such high damage against vehicles, when I would have just given it a flat damage decrease, such that its performance against infantry would be better than it is at the moment, but it wouldn't be quite so good against vehicles. Anyway, there you go. The dual Vardamers rule the day. Ended up, to be honest, getting Astartes down very low, only 50 VPs in the end, but a bit of a strange game, that one. These gens were outrageous. I don't know what the hell Bullyhan was thinking with that. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. And it definitely cost him the game. Because he was adamant to get them back and not rebuild over here. But it's too far away from his base. He couldn't get it back safely. And then, hey, look at the result. He's stuck in tier 2 and he's got to fight this shit. So, no good. You want your Markers and each Predators out to deal with this, or some nice autocannon Chaos Terminators. So there you go, folks. That's that one. A little bit of Grey Knights versus Odo Malleus. Not quite. Odo Malleus versus Chaos. That's going to be all from you, boy Torpid. I am signing out.